Guess who's back? Back again. It's not the Backstreet Boys, I'll tell you that much. So, welcome back. After my last video, which got a little bit heated in the comments section, I got a message from Gottchar, and let me just say first that there is no animosity between me and Gottchar, and any indication by people in the discussions that there was some anger or that I had attacked him or any of the other things that were said is completely untrue. So much so that we had a very nice conversation, me and him, and he sent me a message yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon. I think maybe it was last night, but he said, "Hey, check your runway. I left you a ship out there." So we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of the Little Bobby experience, which is the Little Bobby RobRantz edition, which is kind of cool. So he watched my video, took some comments based off that video, and then redesigned a bunch of the stuff on the Little Bobby just for me personally. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So what started all this anger? I don't know. Apparently my comment that I could not get the ship into space was taken as an attack. I am sorry people felt that way. It was just to say that I personally could not get the ship into space. It was not an attack on the ship. And I hope that people had watched the entire review because I said it was a damn great ship for beginners, even if they didn't get off the planet. But if they did get off the planet, then more power to them. Anyway, you know how it goes these days. It is unpopular to have any opinion, which is the dissenting opinion. But yeah, as unfortunate as that is, let's move along and take a look at the Little Bobby RobRantz edition. Hello, fellow Novians, and welcome to another episode in my ship review series. Again, these views are expressly my opinions of things and may not be the opinions of others, but hopefully we can all have a good, nice, civilized adult discourse about things. So let's jump right in and see the differences right off the bat. You can see this one has a nice galvanized dark blue strip on it. And also the red is still there from the last ship. But I think that's a nice little bit of flair. What else did we get? We got some vertical thrusters for maneuvering in space. And we've got some small engines, small uncommon maneuver space engines for maneuvering in space. And we've got some military atmospherics, uncommon military atmospherics, because I love the power. And if you remember, the last one had maneuver engines, which is nothing wrong with maneuver engines. They are great for fuel efficiency. But I like the power. So, yeah, that's already good on my list. We got more brakes on the outside, looks like. I think it's still got the same amount of wings. This one appears to have 7 cargo containers as opposed to the 8 that was on the other one. And then we still have the 3 atmospheric fuel tanks and 1, I think it's just 1, yep, 1 large space fuel tank. So that is what we got going on there. It looks like most of the rest is the difference. And Gottchar left me a little note here. A ship has to be tailored to the pilot, not the other way around. Welcome to the Little Bobby RobRantz edition. So he went ahead and installed Arch Hub on the bottom seat and gave me some instructions on adjust pitch to keep speed above 650 kilometers per hour. Now please remove this sign. It's in the way. And there we go. It's not in the way anymore. We got some. I don't think that light would the what do you call it? The luminescent glass was there before. And he got rid of that glass that was poking through the. Well, he didn't get rid of it. He just covered it up with this cool light fixture here, which is a nice touch, right? Also must have watched my video on ECUs because we've got an ECU here now, and a data bank and the chair, and I think the upstairs is still exactly the same. And if you didn't see the review on the other one, on the normal edition, you can go ahead and click the link here at the top of the video, and that'll take you back to that. We still got the warp drive, space radar, and atmospheric radar, and obviously the toilet's still there. All right, what else do we have going on top? Is there anything different up here? If I can get up there, I could go into build mode, but this is more rewarding when I manage to climb my ass or parkour up here. Okay, looks like we got more brakes maybe, and we've got the maneuver space engines facing up, which is great. It's very handy for docking. Ooh, and one in the front too. Nice touch. Very handy for helping dock with space stations. We have one in orbit, and I can tell you it's very handy to be able to do micro maneuvers, especially when the planet's still fighting you, trying to make you crash into it, because Alioth gravity is a biatch. Anyway, let's go back downstairs, hop in the pilot seat, and see what changed. All right. So it looks like we've got the everything loaded here. Good to go. Is the brake on toggle? Yes, it is. I hate that. Actually, I don't hate it. I sometimes when I'm in space, I'll toggle it back on, but for the most part, I just leave it off. Control scheme is keyboard. Yay, that's how I fly. For you crazy mouse people, I don't know how you do it. Virtual mouse is okay though. Virtual joystick, it's okay. But mouse, y'all are crazy. Please leave angry messages now. All right, as before, she pops up just nice and dandy. Oh, I forgot to see if there was cargo in here. Please ignore the phone ringing. It will go away momentarily. Go away momentarily, phone ringing. All right. Okay. Yeah, we've got it. Same 2 kilotons. Oh, you put some iron scrap in there for me. That's nice. All right. Up and away. Let's go. Let's see what these maneuver engines. If I can just shoot straight up here. I mean, maneuver engines. Woo, not quite, but still good. Still good. Look at that thrust. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get up to altitude. See if we can get this thing into space this time. I do like that black strip. It does look perfectly nice. Alright. DU, why you giving me lag recently, huh? What's that about? Okay. Yeah, you can see the wings are giving me some lift there. We got my trajectory marker. Alright, we got some good speed. When I get to 3,000, we'll level off and get some acceleration going again. Let's see. Yeah, because it's already trying to pull me back down. Let's give her a little incentive to speed up here. I do like that it comes right back up even when I point at the ground, and then pull up again. Alright, and we're back out here in space. I did skip ahead a little bit. There was a bit of finagling that I had to do, and there was just no reason not to skip ahead. So the only problem I had with this one, which was so much easier to get it into space than the last one, was with the warm-up time for the extra large space engines. So I was trying to get enough altitude so that the extra large space engines could get fully warmed up and push me. And I did manage to build up enough speed, and by holding spacebar and all that other stuff, it finally kicked on. And then I ran into the auto adjustment, what is it called? Atmospheric speed limit. So I had to turn that off because it was keeping me from getting up enough speed to escape. So sometimes the autopilot is not your friend, as you can see, right? So this thing is trucking right along here, building up speed. Everything is going good, as they say. So you might say, well, how do you get around that? Maybe on your own ship or on another ship. I think this ship's just fine. Doesn't really need the extra costs. But if you did want to kind of get around that warm-up time thing, what you can do is slap like 2 mediums on, and sometimes that's just enough for you to keep your forward momentum going, because I think mediums are 8 seconds of warm-up time, whereas the extra larges, I believe, are 32 seconds or 24 seconds, something like that. It's a really long time. And I might just be making up numbers, who knows. So, you can check that out in the description for the items, which you can do by either, if you have it in your inventory, you can click on it. Or if you don't have it in your inventory, you can open up your nano pack, etc., etc. All right, so let's do a brake test. We'll see how fast this thing can slow down, which is not bad. Look at that. Our speed's coming off already. Looks really good. Yep. Nice. And as I always say, if you're flying a new ship, even if it's one you just built, whoop, there goes the phone. Ignore that. Yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. Stop ringing. There it goes. See, it listened to me. And then started ringing again. Anyway, as I was saying, if you have your own ship or another ship, you can test your brakes. Always test your brakes before you come up to something that requires your brakes to be tested, because otherwise you might slam into something or burn up an atmosphere. Anyway, as you can see, I'm doing a little turn and burn here, which is another way you can slow down faster, is to just turn towards your braking point and fire your engines off. And then, we can go right along trucking. Brakes are pretty good, holding us in place up here. Yeah. Doesn't look like we're falling or anything else. So let's check out these thrusters. Yep, side thrusters are working. Turns really nice. So if you're wondering how do you get those side thrusters to work without turning, you hold shift, and then is it shift or alt? Hold shift and use the A and D key, and that should toggle it for you to use the side thrusters, and of course top and bottoms are C and spacebar. I'm not sure if I changed my key binding, so you might want to check that out, because I think I did at one point. Maybe it is Alt and A and D, or it's Shift and A and D to fire off your lateral thrusters. Okay, well, let's get burning back towards the planet. We should be able to get back in atmosphere pretty good, but let's go ahead and skip ahead to our entry point. All right, so as we come back into land here, I would say that this version of the ship has my approval fully. Like I said, it took a little bit to get it into orbit, but not as much as the last one, which just made me give up on trying to get it into space. I do not have a high patience threshold, so this ship at its price point, I would say, meets all of like my requirements on what I would be looking for in a ship like this. Now, I say at this price point because most of the ships that I designed that can go like straight into freaking orbit have a much, much higher price point. So I think like I have a ship that does 2 kilotons and is like 25 mil or something like that. So it's all up to the end user. I mean, if you want to spend the extra money to shoot straight into orbit, that's up to you. But if you're looking for a craft that can haul a crap ton and doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, this would be it. And nice. Look at how how easily we're coming down, and speed is being controlled nicely, not falling too fast. I have a feeling with this amount of wings, we're going to pick up speed really quickly, or catch the programmed wind, since there is no like air. But whatever the programming thing is that says now you have air, aerodynamics. Let's see how it goes. We'll watch that red line. It should shoot forward pretty fast with this amount of wings. So let's see. 5, 4, almost there. 3. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. No problem whatsoever. I bet I could do double the weight on this thing and it would still shoot up like that. That is nice. That is the benefit of having that amount of wings. And I'm going right along. Oh, I did forget to turn back out my atmospheric speed assist, so I did damage a component a little bit with that entry. Not bad, though. Back to what I was saying, though, you know, if you have your own ship that you're designing that's for you, then, you know, build it however you want, man. It's your ship. It should be as good as you want it, right? But when you're selling ships, you kind of have to keep the end user in mind. And with what I've seen from Gottchar, he's more than willing to work with you and get the ship exactly how you want it, which is very important. I mean, whether that's removing price or adding price, or throwing on some more rocket engines, or more cargo containers, or having things stick out the side, I'm sure he would be willing to listen. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me. I know this thing lands just fine from earlier. And let me give the usual spiel. If you like what I do, please don't forget to give that thumbs up. It really does help in the algorithms. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified every time I drop a video. Otherwise, I will see you out there in space. Stay safe, my friends.